Yo, welcome back guys to another video. Today I want to speak about exactly what's happening within the crypto market. And yeah, let's get straight into it. Obviously, as you can see guys, we had quite a nice move to the upside this weekend, and I want to see if this is going to be continuation, or are we just going to get another move to the downside, right? So when looking at obviously the heat map, you can see that a lot of tokens are up almost 5 to 10%, right? We have XRP up almost 10%, Solana up 6, Ethereum also pumped quite a lot, 6%, and Bitcoin also up around 5%, okay? So obviously I want to speak about, is this going to continue, or, there might be the opportunity for us to actually look for shorts, or what is the plan, right? So first off, I just want to speak about Ethereum, and then we'll speak about all the other tokens just now, okay? So let's have a look at ETH. Sorry, that was just the wrong chart there. Let's have a look over here. Let me just grab the right chart here. Bang. Okay, so if you guys remember the update video, the update that I sent on Friday, right? Basically, what I was saying is we only really have two levels for Ethereum to bounce, right? So the first level was this initial zone, where we did get a bounce and we hit this level perfectly, right? Then I was saying, okay, now because we are breaking this level, this is pretty much the only level Ethereum has in terms of looking for a bounce, right? This is pretty much the only zone to look for longs, and this would have been a beautiful position to the upside, right? And then what I was saying also, I said if we can somehow close back above here, this is when you should be looking for longs, right? Because obviously looking at this, this would have been a better risk to reward, but when we actually broke this level over here, this showed us that the bulls were in play, right? So this was obviously the entry to go long, and we have levels to the upside. This level over here could have been your first TP. You could have had another TP sitting, just above this level here, and then also around about here. Okay, so with Ethereum right now looking quite good, holding these key levels, right now creating higher highs and higher lows on the 1 hour. If we have a look at the 4 hour, you can see 4 hour time frame, same thing, right? 4 hour time frame still looks good. I still think that we have upside within today. For the bulls to actually gain full control of like this push to the upside, I would want to see price start to hold and start closing above this level here, right? So Ethereum 3,850 around about this zone here. If we can start closing back above there, then I would be looking at continuations. But your entry to go long was, this weekend around about Saturday this was Saturday evening, and this was Friday evening as well. So that was your signal to go long. Taking a long here could be a play, but the risk to reward was a lot better this weekend. Okay, so Ethereum right now, honestly, if we look at the weekly as well, weekly time frame as well still looks fine, right? We hold support over here. Daily time frame also, we have a bigger move that potentially could happen, right? We have a bigger move in play where if we can somehow break above this level here, right, and this confluence above this box over here would be my first sign to be like, okay, Ethereum's actually looking super good. We can potentially look for longs off that zone. Okay, so we do need to see price start breaking above this level, which it actually looks very similar to Bitcoin, and I'm going to go over Bitcoin in just a second, because Bitcoin structurally looks very similar. Obviously it's stuck in a range, but I'll show you exactly what I'm looking at. But for ETH, for continuation, we need to see price close above this level here. Okay, let's have a look at BTC, because BTC is looking juicy today. So we spoke about this multiple times on the Telegram group, right? We said that this level here between 100k and 97k was the key level for Bitcoin, right? And now the 4 hour time frame just closed above trend, which is obviously a bullish indication. We also closed above this bearish fair value gap over here, which was holding price down, right? This level over here, we did close above that on this. Actually, we closed above within this 4 hour candle, right? So closing above here is telling us that, okay, fine, we are somehow we are trying to get out this range. We have created a double bottom. There is a potential for price to go higher, right? The way that Bitcoin needs to move now in terms of continuation back up to like 116k, we need to see price close above this 109,300 level. Okay, if we start closing above there, you can just look for continuation longs off that level. But right now, this could even be a play, because closing above this level here looks super juicy for continuations to the upside. So Bitcoin could look for a potential long stay off this level, but for actual confirmation, I would want to see price get above 109,300. Okay, this is a key level for Bitcoin. So that's kind of what I'm looking at for BTC for today. Then also LTC, pity I didn't actually get involved here onto the setup. But we spoke about LTC, right? We were saying that if price were to close above this level here, longs would be valid, and that's exactly what we got. And also the high time frame LTC just looks absolutely juicy. Okay, right? We missed the buy zone by a little bit, but LTC, guys, is almost ready for a huge move here, guys. So watch out for LTC. I do think that, you know, if you accumulated last week within the zone, I did put a lot of limit orders within this buy zone over here last week, but pity that we literally missed it and pumped straight away off that zone. A beautiful weekly close. But for long continuation here, guys, for LTC, we do need to see price start getting back above this trend, right? For a higher time frame move, right? So for now, looking for longs off this level. You know, we still below resistance, can't really do anything. But just keep an eye out for LTC off this level, okay? Another token, Solana, we were speaking about the breakout over here. You know, we broke out, retest that level. 154 was that zone. We spoke about it in the last video as well, right? We said we're probably going to get a bounce within these areas because we're going to go, we'll have a look at total 3 in just a sec, but total 3 was looking good. So Solana is still below key resistance over here. Taking long into this level doesn't make sense. We have to start closing back above there. Obviously getting back above these levels is where we want to be. But holding 154 is going to be a good level as support. Okay, so right now it's very, very tricky. Same thing with AVAX. I'm actually looking for long today for AVAX, right? And I'll tell you guys in the Telegram group when I enter. But right now you can't enter off these levels because we are still below like key levels. So like for OTC, I want to see. Sorry, this is AVAX. What I want to see is I want to see price get it back above 18.59. Do you guys remember like? When was it, like a month or 2 months ago? We took that trade for OTC all the way back up to 37. Now we're back at 18, almost half of what our trade was. Remember when we took profit at that zone? We took that breakout trade, right? And we had that massive downward move. So in order for bulls to be in control here now, for OTC, we need to, sorry, for AVAX, I don't know why I keep saying OTC, but basically we need to see price get above this 18.59 level on the 4-hour time frame, right? So that's kind of what I'm waiting for OTC. So there's a lot of tokens right now that are looking decent for continuation, but we can't really jump in straight away. We have to wait for these confirmations. Hype also pumped quite a bit. A lot of tokens did actually move quite nicely this weekend. Pity that I didn't really trade this weekend. I actually didn't trade at all this weekend. I was busy, but you know, we just have to be careful because it is a Monday, and with Mondays there are potential fake outs and, you know, a lot of manipulation on these days. So, you know, getting into longs right now, we have to wait for confirmation. Okay, so a lot of tokens absolutely ripped, like WL5. This absolutely pumped 23% today, which is crazy. Just trying to wait for this to load. Give it a second. Just taking a little bit. Yeah, I'll have a look at this. That's crazy, bro. So we are above key levels here. I mean, doing TA on this token is pretty tough, but you know, if today we can potentially close back above, you know, these levels here, which is what's been holding it down on the 4-hour time frame, 39 minutes until this closes. You could potentially look for a long off this level here. So just keep an eye out on this token. You know, this is looking like a rounded bottom structure. You know, it's looking like this was accumulation period, and we are going to get a pump off this level. So very, very interesting to see what's happening there. And then I want to quickly, before I go to total 3, because that's a major thing, but I want to just quickly look at USDT dominance. We spoke about this, guys. This is the rejection level of you know, look at this, right? We spoke about how crucial that weekly candle close was, right? Last week we said USDT dominance, if price were to break above here, then altcoins would be cooked, right? So because we closed with a weekly time frame below this level, it gives us a lot more confidence that, you know, this pump on altcoins could potentially happen. I know there's a lot of people saying, oh, the altcoin pump is not going to happen, you know, sell all your crypto now. Honestly, guys, like personally, what I'm looking at, this is still fine, right? If we were to see USDT dominance close above this level here, then I would be like, okay, fine, you know, maybe we're not going to see an altcoin pump within this week or within the next month or so. But because we're closing back below this level here, it's giving me confidence that, you know, we are still respecting resistance, and it's showing us that we have a potential move to the upside loading for the altcoin. So I'm staying very optimistic right now in terms of the altcoin market. You know, nothing's really telling me that we're going to see a massive dump. I know a lot of people are saying that, but I just kind of trade what I see in the charts. So same thing with total 3. We spoke about this last week and we're saying, guys, total 3 is still bullish if we are holding this level, right? This level needs to hold. We said it multiple times. We closed literally respecting the zone multiple times. As long as we stay above this level here, altcoins are still going to be, still have an opportunity to continue going higher, right? Same thing with, if you look at the 4-hour time frame actually just broke out right now. Although this is a daily trend. So I would prefer to wait for the daily time frame to close, because we also have this massive gap over here that obviously just needs to take out. Once we take out that level, guys, I think altcoins could potentially move. Getting a breakout like this could be clean. Okay, so yeah, I think looking for longs is definitely going to be the play this week. I'm not really interested in taking shorts right now. I know a lot of people are saying that, but rather just trade what the charts are looking at. Don't trade what people are saying. Looking at total 3, I don't see how this is bearish. It would have been bearish if we closed below this level over here. We are attempting to break out right now. So obviously wait for confirmation. But yeah, that's kind of my take on the markets today. I hope we're going to get some moves this week. But yeah, I hope everyone's having a great day, and I'll see you on the Telegram